Hey everybody, it's Jack and Dan. We're here again today. We're making Jack's super awesome dessert. One of his favorite desserts is...
Party time parfait.
It's a chocolate chia party time parfait. This is an awesome dessert. We're going to show you real quick how to make it.
And you haven't noticed I got my hair cut.
Jack got a haircut finally here. Look at that. All right, take over, buddy. This is really a simple, awesome, healthy dessert to make. We don't do a lot of desserts, and people are like, hey, do some desserts, and this is one of Jack's favorites. Basically what we did, real easy, we took our favorite, of course, our soy milk, high in protein, low in saturated fat, and all that stuff, and no cholesterol. You're going to put in 6 cups all the way to the top. You don't have to make this much, but the recipe basically per cup, we're gonna say for 6 cups. In 6 cups of this, and if you have a soy intolerance or you don't like soy, you could do almond. If you have a nut intolerance, you could do oat milk.
Or you could do rice milk if you don't like
You could
oats.
do rice milk. There's so many different kind of plant-based milks out there now that don't have cholesterol, saturated fat. They're lower in sugar. Some don't have any. Our soy that we use only has 1 gram of sugar. So this whole entire thing only has 6 grams of sugar in it. We're going to add some chia seeds. Per cup of milk, or per cup of milk beverage, we're going to add 2 tablespoons of chia seeds. Chia seeds, again, just unbelievably high in omega-3 fats, no sugar, tons of fiber. Look at that, 10 carbs, 10 fiber. It's 100% fiber.
It's a seed,
6
right?
grams of protein. Right, they are seeds, they're amazing. So per cup, if we have 7 grams of protein for a cup of this, and 6 grams in 2 tablespoons, that's 13 grams of protein in 1 cup of this parfait we're going to make. Plus there's going to be more protein because we're going to add some cocoa powder and some other things. We already added the seeds. We dumped them on top here. We thought we were filming, but we weren't, so we missed that. Now, for the chocolate, we're going to add about a half a tablespoon of cocoa powder per cup. So we're going to add about 6 of these guys.
Cocoa powder doesn't have anything added to it. It's just pure cocoa.
Right, cocoa powder is awesome because it doesn't have sugar, doesn't have a bunch of nonsense. It's just the fiber and protein and, of course, wonderful, awesome, tasty chocolatiness. This is going to give you kind of a pudding or...
chocolate pudding, basically.
I think I put 6 in, but I'm going to do 1 more for fun. So we're going to kind of push this down here. Now, as I've said, I don't necessarily recommend using the big fancy kind of blenders for this. The blades don't...
Really cut it up well.
Yeah, they don't seem to chop the seeds up as well. So we're going to turn this guy on, and we'll see what happens here. We're going to start low and just work our way up. See how it all went right down there? All right, guys, so here's the secret to this. You want to make sure you blend it for a while. You want all the chia seeds to get really chopped up to a fine powder, otherwise it's going to be lumpy. A lot of people like it that way. Jack doesn't. I'll take it either way, but it's actually a lot thicker if you chop it up good. So when you look down in here, if you see any kind of seeds or anything like that, you still see a little bit here like that. So basically what you want to do is you want to keep on going with it. Now a lot of people don't know, a really good thing to do, a lot of these blenders have this little thing, frozen drink or smoothies button. When you use this button, this is kind of cool. This chops things up a little better. A lot of people don't know. A lot of blenders have this mode. If you hit this, it'll go one way, then it'll go the other way, then it'll go like back and forth for a while. And that'll actually chop things up a little better. So I always...
a special way.
What's that?
It blends in a special way.
Yeah, it chops it up a little better than just kind of hitting the button. It kind of stirs things up a little. So if you have that, use it. So I'm going to hit that a couple more times. It actually does it automatically for about a minute or so. I'll do that a few more times, and we'll be right back. See how it goes back and forth?
Yeah.
Goes one way, then it goes the other way. All right, so we blended it up. We did that little rotation thing a few times. It's really looking good. We don't see any whole seeds left anymore. That's going to be starting to get thick.
Looks pretty chopped up.
Right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to start adding some awesome stuff. You can see here we got lots of great berries. You know the berries are the best. They're the highest in antioxidants. And then we got some cool crunchy stuff to put on top. We got some walnuts, of course, one of our favorites. We got some slivered almonds.
And we got granola.
We got some slivered almonds. We got some granola. Now, this is the best granola I've ever found. This is Kind Vanilla Blueberry. Okay, the reason I like it is it passes the 5-to-1 test. We got 34 carbs, 7 grams of fiber. Very cool. It's very hard to find that. Now there is 8 grams of sugar, but that isn't a half a cup. This is an entire cup here. So if we disperse this between 6 different cups and put a little bit of granola in each one, that means a whole cup has 16 grams of sugar. 16 divided by 6 is like 2.5 or something. So that's hardly any sugar at all to get a little bit of crunch factor in there and some more fiber and some more protein. So that's pretty awesome. So at the end of the day, we're going to get very little sugar in this, very little sodium, lots of protein, lots of omega-3s, lots of fiber, lots of antioxidants. So this is an awesome snack. It's a lot better than using something like yogurt or something like that. Okay? Even like no added sweetener Greek yogurt has 6 or 7 grams of sugar in a cup.
Personally, I don't think Greek yogurt tastes very good.
Yeah, it's nothing like this. Trust us. Trust us. Nothing like this. So I'm going to take this. Jack's going to take some fruit here. And just take some of our favorite fruits. And we're just going to kind of put some of these guys in. I'm going to do blueberries in about half of them here. We're just going to put a few blueberries.
Take different cups here.
Yeah, you take those 3. I'll take these 3. We'll do some strawberries in those 3.
Of everything.
Do some blueberries in those.
Granola.
You're going to do raspberry. I'm going to do raspberries with the blueberries. So we're going to do some.
I'm going to do one. What are these called? Blackberries?
Those are blackberries.
Okay,
yeah. And we're going to do a few raspberries.
I'm going to do one. Since strawberries are really big, I'm going to do one.
This has got a little leaf in here. I better get this out of here. Fish this out before we find it
that's
later.
granola.
Oh, it's a piece of granola. I thought it was a leaf.
Yeah, strawberries pretty big. So.
I like strawberries, so definitely put those in all of them. We're just going to put a few of these guys in each one. And lots of blueberries, blackberries. And so this way we're going to pour this awesome chocolatey goodness down in here. There's going to be fruit on the bottom. It's going to solidify. We're going to put it in the refrigerator overnight. And then we're going to be able to have these like tomorrow. Hang on, that stuff's going to go on top, okay? So go a little more fruit. Okay. A couple more strawberries. I love strawberries,
I
right?
understand, because you get the fruit like at the bottom and it's like a surprise.
Right, it's like a surprise. It's a party parfait.
Yes, I don't know. I thought it was a cool name. So.
It is a cool name. Go a few more blueberries and some of these other guys. So
it's got to be just even.
Oh, look who's coming. She heard us cooking.
Can I give her one?
You give her strawberries. She loves strawberries. Want a strawberry?
She ate a whole one before. She can't catch though.
She loves them. She can't catch. We're going to do a video on her catching sometime. All right, so we got a lot of great fruit. Do a few more of these strawberries. I love my strawberries.
Okay.
A couple more strawberries in here. Okay. Come down here. Put a couple more here. So now you're going to take this over, buddy. Take over the camera.
Sharp.
We're going to take this guy, and you can see it got quite a bit thick here.
My hands have some fruit in there.
We're going to pour this in. You can see it's nice and thick. We're going to pour this in,
It
cover
looks
up all this
exactly
fruit.
like chocolate pudding.
It's almost unbelievable how thick it gets, isn't it?
Or like Wheaties.
That's just from the cocoa powder and from the chia seeds, because chia seeds have a lot of fat in them, and it's real healthy fat, and they have a lot of fiber in them, and they're I'm spilling some of it. That's okay.
That's fine.
And
Lacy.
what this will do, as it sits, those chia seeds are actually going to expand even more, and they're going to make this even thicker.
To be more like yogurt.
And it's going to be, it's going to be like a chocolate pudding or like a chocolate yogurt. I actually might not.
I wonder if Lacey would like.
Might not have made enough here. Going to have to. This one's going to be. We'll give a little more.
You give the whole thing.
That's all right. We got enough in there. We got enough in there. So basically, then what we're going to do is we're going to put some great stuff on top. And again, if you have a nut allergy, now this is really awesome. This we talked about this a little bit. The nice part about this is they actually use maple. They actually use a molasses instead of honey. So this is actually vegan too. So this is nice and awesome stuff. We're just going to put a little bit of this on top of each one of these
Gotta have
here.
granola.
Gotta have a little bit of granola. They have flax seeds. They have amaranth.
Yeah, this is probably going to be dessert.
Yeah. Everybody's always heard me talk about amaranth before. Amaranth, one of the best grains on the planet. If you're gluten-free, And they do make gluten-free granolas. This one is not. So again, this is a whole entire cup. So we really kind of, spread this out. And then we're going to put on top of that, we're going to do some almonds. Lacey's going to get all that stuff, right? We're going to do a little splash of almonds on top of these guys, like that. And again, if you have a nut allergy, you could just do like a granola that doesn't have nuts. If you really want more protein, you could do more nuts, whatever you want.
The strawberries are good.
Of course they are, yeah. And then you do a little walnuts on top. We made these guys on Friday, Friday night, put them in the fridge, and now it's lunchtime on Saturday. We've been doing a bunch of stuff around here, and we decided, hey, it's time for a special chocolate Chia party time parfait, right? So it's Saturday afternoon. We're going to check this out. Check out how these came out, guys. Pretty awesome, pretty awesome. They are, again, nice and solidified now, nice and chocolatey. So Jack's going to try it out. And, again, these don't really have any sweeteners. You can kind of see how the stuff gets solidified. So it's almost kind of like a pudding, right?
Yeah.
Now, there's no sweetener in it, so it's not going to taste real sweet. But how does it taste?
I think it just tastes like pudding without the sugar.
Right. So there's a little bit of sweetness in there from the fruit, and that's the thing is you want to mix it up, and you want to eat the granola and the nuts and the fruit and everything with it, right? Mm-hmm. Pretty awesome, huh?
Yeah.
So we used an unsweetened soy milk. You could use a sweetened soy milk, and you'd get a couple grams of sugar. You'd get about 6 or 7, and that would sweeten it up a little bit if you really wanted to. You could also add, you could use like a peanut milk, right? And then it would be like a chocolate peanut parfait, and you could put bananas in it or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So you could titrate this recipe.
If you're allergic to peanuts, you could just do this one.
Right, you could do this one. We talked about using oat milk. We talked about all this kind of stuff. So again, you just kind of mix it up here, and it does have a very much of a pudding consistency. It's not lumpy because we chopped them up real finely in the old school blender, right? But here, get me here. I'm gonna try mine. I absolutely love this. I think it's fantastic. You have to remember that when you're used to things tasting incredibly sweet, then when you're trying to get away from sweet things, you're trying to get away from sugar, it's gonna be difficult at first. Your threshold for sweetness is going to be really high, especially when you're using these non-nutritive sweeteners. And these beverage companies want that because they want you to buy their products. So they use stevia and they use Splenda.
Like Coke.
What's that?
Like Coke or Pepsi.
Like Coke and Pepsi. The reason that they use these sweeteners is because they push the fact that they don't have calories. But here's what people are missing. First of all, they pass through your system and go to your colon, and they feed the bad gut biome. That's how they work. They don't get the bonds broken. They don't raise your blood sugar, but they're hundreds and some even thousands of times sweeter than sugar. And this stimulates the reward center of your brain, and it makes you crave things that are more sweet. And people have to kind of get away from that, and that's why desserts like this are awesome. Oh, man. See, to me, because I'm not used to sweeteners, this tastes phenomenal. So it's a tiny bit gritty, has a little texture, really chocolatey. And then every time I take a mouthful, I'm going to take a berry or a nut or some granola. And this is going to be awesome. It's a great thing to make for breakfast. Only took us a few minutes to make it. So you can throw them in the fridge. You can eat it for breakfast the next day. And for basically a few bucks, I think the total cost of this was somewhere around $10 or $15. We made 6 or 7 of these. And so for that price, that's $2 a piece, maybe $1.50 a piece, depending on what ingredients you use, whether or not you use organic or not. But still, $1.50 to $2 for an awesome, healthy breakfast that you can make in a few minutes and then stow away. You could put Saran wrap over these. You could eat them all. You could make it in 5 or 10 minutes, throw it in the fridge, and then you can make it eat it every day for a week if you like it. So again, you could use a sweetened milk if you want, plant milk. You could use, to even get more omega-3s, you could use the walnut milk, peanut milk, whatever. So a little sweetener is not going to harm it. Definitely don't put too much in. But this only has a couple grams, plus what's in the fruit, but then there's a lot of fiber to slow down the absorption. So let us know if you like this idea. Let us know if you've ever made anything like this, or if you have additional ideas down in the comments. But this is really good. I'm going to totally eat this for lunch today. I might even eat 2 of them. And make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell for future notifications. Right. And we'll see you next time. I'm going to turn this around so Jack can say bye.
Bye.